Hello everyone, it is me, Butterfly Spirit, aka Michelle. So today guys, I am here to talk to you guys about a very important synchronicity that you guys have to look out for and have to really pay attention to. So the synchronicity that you need to pay attention to is the synchronicity 333. Or let me write it out for you guys. Okay, so that's weird. Okay, so this is probably the wrong way. I can turn it around. But I can't write like the other way, something. So, okay, so if you ever see 3 3s or whatever, like for example, if you see 333 on your clock or something, what that means is that you need to be careful. If you see it 3333, like 3 3s anywhere else, you need to be extremely careful. So I'll tell you guys about the synchronicity that I saw yesterday when I was having a conversation about me going to work. And then I saw the synchronicity 333, 3 3s, or 333 on my clock in my car. And for me, I know that the 3 3s for me personally mean that I have to be careful, watch out, or whatever. It means that either the thought that I have to be careful about that thought, meaning that whatever I'm talking about, there's some kind of trouble or danger, or there's just something wrong with whatever the situation is that is going to be associated with the 333, okay? So I was having a conversation about a job. So I had a temporary job, and I was talking about going to the temporary job yesterday and stuff like that. And then I saw the 3 3s or 333 on my clock. And then what happened was that, well, today I found out what that meant, because I had been talking about what I was going to do this morning, you know, and how I was going to, you know, be prepared for work. And I was kind of, you know, a little antsy about how the day was going to go today. So what happened was that I, you know, left from my house 30 minutes early. I had to go get some gas. And then on my way to get some gas, my tire blew out. Okay, or rather it went flat. And I was almost to the gas station. I was on like a side street next to the gas station. My tire, you know, went flat. Before it went flat, I was driving down the hill, you know, and this is like a neighborhood street, so I'm not on like a busy street or anything like that. It's just a neighborhood street or whatever, you know, very little traffic and stuff. So driving down the street, and then all of a sudden under my car, I hear this bumping, and then the car starts doing this, you know, on the passenger side and everything, make this bump, 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 and stuff like that. And it's like loud noise on the side or whatever. You know, I didn't hear a pop or anything like that, but my car started just, you know, on the side, and I was like, oh my goodness, did I break my axle in my car? What's going on? What happened? Because it was so sudden. So I did manage to pull on the side of the road in front of some houses or whatever, residential houses and stuff. And basically, you know, I wanted to make it to the gas station, even though, you know, to see what was going on with my car, but I had to stop and pull over. And so I got out. And what happened was that I basically discovered that my tire had blown out, and basically it was flat tire. I don't mean just flat like you can air it up. I mean flat like it's like flat, like the bottom part is like just flat to a point where it can't be aired up, flat. Okay, so I took a look at it. It's now this morning it was freezing here where I am. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, and it was freezing this morning. And here I'm outside, shivering cold, looking at my tire flat, I'm supposed to be going to work, you know, for this temporary job. And then, you know, I was kind of a little antsy about going to the place because, you know, I didn't really have a lot of faith in working for this particular place and stuff like that, but I was going to push through it anyway. And my tire went flat. Now, the day before, I had been warned through the Synchronicity 333 or 333 that I had to be careful with reference to going to work, you know. And I was thinking, oh, well, you know, maybe they're going to say something to me tomorrow or something like that for work. I'm talking about today, like this morning. And that's what I was thinking. But it wasn't that. That wasn't really the issue. The thing was is that my tire was going to go flat. I was going to be basically stranded until I was going to be able to have somebody come out and, you know, put a donut on my car, you know, and, you know, take me to get another tire and stuff like that, which luckily it did happen later on. But after my tire went flat, I got told that the job that I was going to be going to, a temporary job, I was told that I was fired. Okay? So I'm telling you guys, these synchronicities, they mean shit. It's not just something where, oh my gosh, it's just, you know, some just numbers. No, they actually mean stuff. Okay? They actually mean stuff. You know, now I didn't know exactly what it meant the day before, but, you know, I later found out that it meant that I was going to have trouble before I even went to work, and also that, you know, there was going to be some type of problem with the job or something like that, and I did wind up getting fired this morning from the temporary job and stuff like that and stuff. But, you know, luckily, guys, what happened was is that, you know, I had my fiance basically, you know, run all the way down to where I was. You know, he's like basically right around the corner from where I am, but it's like 15 minutes. It's like 30 fucking degrees outside, fucking cold. And he's running down there to make sure I'm okay and make sure nobody's going to try to do anything or whatever. You know, because people will come up and pull on the side of you and, you know, try to say, oh, you need some help, and these are strange people, you know, and stuff. So, you know, my fiance did make it there and stuff after running, literally running, to where I was and stuff. It took him about 15, you know, 10, 15 minutes, but he made it there and stuff. And then, you know, I'd call my dad, tell my dad what happened. My dad came out, and, you know, while my dad was coming, my fiance, you know, he was trying to get the bolts off of the tire and stuff like that. He was trying to jack the car up, but that kind of turned into kind of a, you know, kind of crazy thing, you know, because it's really cold and he's trying to jack the car up, but then, you know, it's just like so much going on with that, you know. And not everybody knows how to change a tire. Me, I don't really know how to change a tire. He had the hang of what he was doing, you know, but it can be confusing if you haven't done it in a while, you know. And I don't know how to change a tire, but I am going to learn how to do it myself because there's girls who know how to change tires, so I think I should know how to do it myself. Of course, now I know that I have to get a good jack too, because like if your car stops on the side of the road and it goes flat, it's better to have a jack in your car so you can jack the car up and stuff like that and stuff. I did have like 2 jacks in my car, but I didn't have the thing to, like, the wrench thing to make it go up like that really fast. I only had like the turn wrench and stuff like that, or whatever, that tool, whatever the hell that is. You know, thing is that I did have, you know, people that I can count on to come out and help me. Now, the staffing agency that I worked at, you know, that informed me about the people saying I was fired, well, you know, to be honest, I found out the truth about them, that they really were not vested in my own interests at all, and they really did not care, you know. And so, you know, it's good to learn that kind of information, you know. It's good to know, because in the future, I can move forward and know, okay, well, this is the kind of place I should, you know, go towards when it comes to a job, you know. So, yeah, I, you know, did manage to get another tire put on my car and stuff like that after my dad took me and my fiance to go find a tire, and, you know, just dealt with the, you know, getting the tire like mounted and put on a rim Well, I guess it's the same thing. And then, trying to get it back on my car and stuff or whatever. So, guys, I mean, you know, I just think about the fact that there's not a lot of people, you know, who pay attention to signs. They don't pay attention to synchronicities. They just think it's something that happens. A lot of people look at synchronicities as, oh, it's a cool thing to look at, but they don't know it means real stuff. It actually means stuff. Synchronicities relate to numerology. Numerology is the science of numbers and letters and how they have an impact on our universe and our reality. And by learning about, how numerology affects you through, the numbers you hold and the letters you have, you can learn how to live a better and a happier life. That's what numerology is really all about. And it gets deep too. Numerology, I mean, it goes back, to some numerologists, it goes back 10,000 years. Some people would say it's only like, 2,600 years old. But yeah, it goes back way ancient. It goes back to before the Bible even was written, even before, before like the Egyptians and stuff like that. It's before Christianity. You know what I'm saying? So this is like ancient stuff. Numerology is an ancient art. There's different types of numerology. The numerology that I'm studying right now is the Western numerology, which has been basically brought back into the spotlight, well, during ancient times by Pythagoras. And he was like a Greek mathematician and scholar and stuff, and he studied with a lot of the ancient civilizations and stuff like that or whatever and stuff to learn about the esoteric, different types of esoteric things or whatever, about the universe, the stars, and mathematics and how our universe is put together, and light, the creator, everything, and stuff. So, numerology is some deep shit. It's not, it's, for some people, they like it on the surface, where, they just like to basically read a little bit about it and think they got a grasp on it. But let me tell you guys, I've been reading books on numerology. I just finished a book on numerology myself, and it's called the Numerology Guidebook, so I finished that. Still working on this other book that I have to finish, which is called, let's see, I'm trying to think about it. It's called The Science of Numerology, Numbers and Letters and stuff. So, I'm the type of person, I go really deep into studying stuff. And there is a reason why I go really deep into studying stuff. Like, numerology, I was kind of attracted to it. I got into it, I believe it was either earlier this year or early last year. I think it's something in the oven, because I'm like hungry, but, I got into studying numerology. I want to say it was early this year that I got into it, when I picked up my first book about numerology. And the numerology book that I picked up was called, let me grab it. It was called, so this was the first book I've ever, read with reference to numerology, which is Do It Yourself Numerology by Sonia Ducey, I think. And this was about basically how to unlock the secrets of your personality with numbers and stuff like that. And this is the first book that I started off with. But since then, I've been like reading other books, and I'm just like drawn to other stuff, because eventually I want to, help people through numerology, because I know how powerful of a tool it is and how great it is with helping people to realize stuff about themselves that they don't know. And, with the information through numerology, it can just do wonders for you. It can make your life better. You just have to have, somebody to, if they're doing your numerology, they just have to have a really good grasp on numerology in order to help you and stuff. I'm currently reading another book about numerology right now, which is called Numerology, the Complete Guide. And this is a book that is by a very esteemed and very well-known numerologist. Maybe a lot of you guys don't know him, but his name is Matthew Goodwin. And, Mr. Goodwin, he wrote 2 volumes on numerology. The first one is 400 pages, and the second one's 400 pages. So, like I said, I'm studying numerology deep because I want to help people. When people ask me, what does stuff mean? What does this number mean? How does this relate to me? And stuff, then I want to be ready and prepared to help people, And that's why, guys, I'm bringing you this video about the Synchronicity 333 and with reference to how it affected my life. And seeing the synchronicity the day before when I was talking about work actually had an effect on what happened to me this morning. This is something that really happened. A lot of people don't know that, things, that may seem as esoteric as, synchronicities, they don't think much about them, but they actually have a meaning. And I want to drive that home to you guys as much as possible because it actually means something, It actually does. If you choose to bypass numerology, you don't care about it, that's fine, But, I am starting to be, I've always, every time I get into reading about numerology, I just love it. I know it's something for me. Like I said, there is a reason why I'm studying stuff as deep as I am, and I'm not just studying numerology, I'm studying some other stuff too and stuff. But yeah, I basically have a calling towards it, and so for me, I hope to be able to help people, with numerology and, make their lives better through it, So, yeah, guys. So if you see the synchronicity, and I don't know if it's backwards, if you see 333, if you see this anytime you're in a conversation with somebody talking about something, that could mean that that situation you're talking about is somehow there's going to be some kind of trouble or danger associated with that. So you have to be careful. Or, if you mention a person's name and you see the 333 or something like that type thing, that can mean that this person that you're, about to meet or something like that, or you mention, it can mean that this person, they could cause harm or they may not have your best interest at heart or something for you, maybe gossiping about you. Who knows what else? They just don't have your best interest at heart. They don't really have any care for you or something relating to them, some type of situation, if you are involved with them, is going to result in something being bad, or whatever. They may not mean it that way, but it may be something associated with them that does that, If you get in the car, and you see the 333, whatever thought you have in your mind at that point, like you just thought something and you saw it, whatever you thought, try to remember what that is, because that could be a sign. Let's say you're thinking about you have a job interview. You see the 333, for example. You see that, it means on that job interview, you have to be careful. You have to watch out and see what happens. Now, when I'm in a car and I see 333 or whatever, and I'm driving, what I know it means is that I have to be careful when I'm driving, because it could be something going on where I have to watch for people, because some people are texting and driving or something like that. Or it can mean that somebody's going to, not be paying attention and they're going to run into my car or something like that. Or maybe for some reason, I'm going to have to be careful driving because maybe a kid is going to run out into the middle of the street, or a dog is going to run out into the middle of the street, or somebody's going to walk out in front of my car and, in the middle of the street, so it tells me to be careful. I live my life through synchronicities so I can watch out for things. If I turned a blind eye to them, then it wouldn't be good. And right now I'm getting a 222 synchronicity, which is meaning right now to me that telling you guys this information is very important, so you can know that this information can help you live a better life and keep you safe, in fact. So it's just that, synchronicities do have an impact on you. And if you choose to, you know, ignore them, well, might not be so good if you do. Specifically if you see 333, because you don't want to end up like I was today, where my tire, you know, was flat. I'm on the side of the road, and I'm a girl, you know what I'm saying? So for girls, you get kind of scared because, you know, you're by yourself, you know, and stuff. So it's not always so good, because some situations can be bad, you know, coming up and stuff. Luckily, I had, you know, somebody out there to, you know, like, you know, my dad and my fiance, you know, willing to come and help me out. Because, you know, if it was just me and I didn't have anybody to call, that would have been worse, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, thoughts go through your mind about stuff like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What's going to happen? What about the job? You know, what are people going to think? But, you know, I didn't jump to what are people going to think. I jumped to, okay, I got to do something, because I got to, you know, get a tire on my car. I got to keep going in life, and I got to do something. So, yeah, naturally, I'm going to reach out to people who can help me out. You know, sometimes you're not going to be able to reach some people, which I couldn't reach, you know, my brother. But, you know, well, that's okay, because at least I know that, you know, I could have, you know, reached my fiance and my dad, and I don't know, my brother could have been at work, or who knows, whatever. But, you know, at least, you know, guys, you see synchronicities, just pay attention to them, you know, and if you don't want to, that's okay. So, yeah, synchronicities do have an effect. They affected me today, and they have an effect on my life a lot. You know, so I advise you guys to look out for them, because it can help you live a better and, I'm not going to say easier life, but it'll help you have a more manageable life, and kind of be able to know what to expect as well and stuff. So, thank you guys for watching this video. This has been Butterfly Spirit, aka Michelle, and I just want to tell you guys about how important it is to pay attention to the synchronicity 333 wherever you see it, whether it is on a clock, or it is, you know, it is on a wall somewhere, some billboard, on a receipt, whatever, you know, wherever it is, pay attention to it. And happening upon 333, basically you're thinking about something, and you happen to look at the clock, and you see those three, you know, those 3 threes. Okay. And when you see them and you're looking at them, and it's kind of like they're staring back at you, just as those 3 threes, yeah, that's a synchronicity. You know, that's it. A synchronicity wouldn't be something where you're just constantly, you know, checking the clock and looking at it until it turns to 333. Well, no, it's when you just so happen to look at a clock, or you look in a certain direction, picture, whatever, and you see those 3 threes. That's a synchronicity, and that's what that is. Just for clarification for people who don't understand what it is. Alright guys, so thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope it's going to be able to help you guys. And see you in my next video. Bye.